Hey everyone, and welcome to another Kinsta Talks episode. My name is Marcel Bootsman. I'm with Kinsta. I'm the Partnerships and Community Manager for EMEA. And today in the call again, we have Carlos Moreira. Carlos, hey, how are you doing?
Hey, all good, Marcel. Great to be back chatting with you.
Nice to have you on the call. Thanks. Yeah, there's been some stuff happening. We were planning on having this call last week, but because of Web Summit Lisbon that I attended, there was a lot of stuff I needed to do, so we postponed it for a week, and which is a good thing because in the last weeks you have attended e-commerce day and helped organize e-commerce day in Porto, and you attended WordCamp Pisa, and not just attended, you also gave a presentation there. So I think it's a good opportunity to inform our viewers of what you have been doing on e-commerce day and on WordCamp Pisa. So let's start with e-commerce Porto. How was it?
I think it went really, really good. It was a busy month, or the last month, organizing the last things. We sold out the tickets weeks before the event, which is always a good sign. We had a wait list of people wanting to buy tickets in case there were any drop-offs, which is an amazing sign. It means people wanted an event like this. So we did this e-commerce focused WordPress day. One single day, 2 tracks. We invited some international speakers, a lot of local speakers also. And yeah, it was really good. It went smoothly. Just the regular audiovisual issues, a mic not working or things like that we tried to solve it as best as possible. The feedback was great, so we hope to repeat this because it really went good. I don't have the correct number, but I think around 25% were first time attendees, which is, it's not a big number, but it's a good number, which is important for us organizers in the community. We want to bring new people to the community, and I think also for sponsors, they see new faces, new potential clients. So when the sponsors pay the event, so I think this is also important.
Yeah, it definitely is. And newcomers are always a good thing to see on WordCamps, on WordPress related events. So you said you sold out for the event. How many people attended in the end?
So we aimed to sell 100 real tickets, and then plus speakers, volunteers, organizers, sponsors. We were going to be around 140. There were 10 people that didn't show up, 130, which is fine. It was actually raining heavily that day in Porto, and we were surprised that the attendance people still came. I mean, the people, the no-shows were the numbers that we see at regular WordCamps, so was a good. So we aimed for 140. We were 130, which is good, and
It's
we
really
sold.
nice. That's really nice to
Was
see.
and we did this in a smaller space, small auditorium. So when you go to WordCamps, we have this like 500 people auditoriums, and there's like 150 sitting, and it feels empty. So actually, we did this in a smaller auditorium, so the place was almost packed. So it's also good
That's
for the
good.
speakers. They feel more intimacy. They see the place is full. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I think
really
that was a good
nice.
thing.
I gave some talks a long time ago, and it's really it gives a certain feeling that if you are in a big room and there's just people sitting across the place, it
Scattered,
kind of
or yeah.
feels empty, but it actually isn't.
Yeah.
But having a smaller room, it really makes it a little bit more intimate, like you said. Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about some highlights of the talks that have been given at the e-commerce day in Porto?
We had a good AI related talk by Marcel Smith. He had some really good feedback, and people wanting to talk with him after, wanting to learn more how to integrate AI with their e-commerce sites and MCPs and this new stuff. That was great. Another interesting highlight was we had a lawyer from outside the community, but like a specialist on like cyber law and e-commerce related stuff, coming in and talk about compliance and what your e-commerce needs to have to be compliant with the laws here in Portugal, but not only, because most of the laws are European anyway. And that was also a good thing that a lot of the WordPress people need to know, and sometimes we're lacking this information from like a reliable source. She was a lawyer specialized in this. And all the talks were good. We finished the day with a conversation between James Camp and Katie from Barn 2, talking about the James is the as a role at WooCommerce, product lead, I think. And so it was a good chat about what's coming in the future of selling with WordPress and WooCommerce in particular. So the rooms were crowded for this and all the other talks. And these were just some of the highlights, but most of the talks were really good.
Yeah, I'll check out the agenda and put some links in the YouTube description when we upload this video, because it might be handy for the viewers to take a look at these presentations.
Yeah,
do you know if they were
should.
all recorded?
They were all recorded, and if they are not yet on WordPress TV, they should be in the next couple of days.
Oh, nice.
So I will also have to follow up on that, but they will be on WordPress TV very soon, if they're not already.
That's good to hear. I'll share the link in the YouTube description as well, so people can watch these presentations, because it sounds like they were pretty interesting. About the lawyer presentation, was it purely about logistical things your web shop or your WooCommerce shop should comply with, or were there also things discussed as in accessibility, which is a law that has been into effect in the last months, I believe, that you have to be ticking off a lot of boxes about accessibility for your e-commerce shops?
It was mentioned, but there's so much to mention in half an hour. It wasn't the main focus, but it was mentioned. Okay. It was mentioned in other talks also, because it's a new thing that people need to comply with.
Yes.
Yeah, we had also a security talk that mixed a bit security and compliance also, that also touched those points. And yeah, a lot of great content came out from there. Some in Portuguese, some in English, since it was like a local thing. But there's a few in English, some talks in English also.
Cool. For the Portuguese talks, are subtitles going to be provided on WordPress TV in English?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can do it. We'll see.
Plenty of AI stuff that can help you with the subtitles. So we are happy that these kind of tools are available. Yeah. So wow, looks pretty cool by the sounds of it. And this was one of these specialized, not a WordCamp, but a WordPress community event. Have there been already chats, talks about a future for this event? Is it going to be a yearly recurring thing, or?
Now we're going to focus, we're going to organize WordCamp Portugal here in Porto again in May 2026. It should be around 15th, 16th of May.
Okay.
We are now focused on that. It will be like a normal WordCamp thing with a contributor/community day and the conference day. So we're focusing on this first, but there are talks about continuing with this one-day format. The formula worked, so we kind of thought maybe an AI focused day.
Of course, repeating. Let's do AI.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about AI, so that's, it's a fashion thing, but it's also a thing that really affects basically all kinds of roles involved in marketing, in website development, in web shop development, everything. So I think it's very interesting to see what is happening, how many companies pop up doing AI stuff, making the life of a business owner having a WooCommerce shop, making it easier, but also take note of pitfalls that might arise when using AI, of course.
Yes, very important. Yeah. It's a topic. It's a hot topic right now. Let's see. I mean, it's too soon. Let's see in 1 year how things are. We might just repeat e-commerce because it's always like after a year, e-commerce is evolving, and with AI, let's see where e-commerce is in 1 year, and we might just repeat the topic because it's always interesting.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, the formula worked, and I advise other WordPress communities out there to do the same. It's like a 1 day, smaller budget event. We cut out a lot of the stuff, after party, swag, etc., and we do a focused event, and it worked. It worked. The community came, and it
That's
was
nice
good.
to hear. Is there some kind of transparency in the money involved in organizing this event? Because I can imagine that if people are watching this video now and think, hey, e-commerce day in the Netherlands or in Germany or wherever people are that are watching this might be interesting. What kind of money do we have to think about? You know, what kind of involvement?
Mhm.
How long does it take to organize an event like this? Is there any kind of...
I think the transparency and the money, since this goes through WordPress Central, so I don't think the money spent on for each event is public. But I also don't know. But what I can say is we were just 4 people organizing it. We started maybe 4 months before. And the things that cost the money is the venue and food. And it's kind of the mandatory things that you need to have. Although with the food, we did try to, find a venue that was close to maybe a food court, and then we wouldn't be responsible for catering, but we couldn't find. But yeah, if you find there are some communities that have good contacts with the universities and they get the venue for free, for example, and then they can eat on the cafeteria of the university. And it's just people just need to have an auditorium and a place to eat, and that's it. So this can range from a very small amount of money, even almost zero, to a few thousand euros. But I can say also that it was maybe a third of what a regular WordCamp would cost, and for half the people, let's say.
Yeah, of course. You don't need a fancy venue to have a good event. It's exactly what you say. You need to have an auditorium. People need to have some drinks and food, and then you can organize a day like this with an organizing team with 4 people. You know, it's not that big. In the end, it doesn't take a lot of work, I think, to organize one event like this, especially since it's for 1 day. Most work would probably be in getting the program live and getting speakers and making that final. But I think it's a really great idea. I made a note for myself to check out if we can do something like this in the Netherlands, because I've been organizing stuff in the past, hearing things like this, specialized WordPress events, organized and funded by WordCamp Central. It's a great opportunity to bring together a piece of the market that does stuff with WordPress, to say it like that, and to get all parties involved and to share knowledge and to learn from each other. So yeah, definitely interesting in going to check that out. Spoiler alert, I'm not promising anything right now, but ideas pop into my mind. I write them on a note, and maybe this is going to happen.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. Oh yes. I would love to, definitely. All right, cool. So, looking forward to see if an e-commerce day in Porto is going to happen again. Very happy to hear that it was a great event. That you had nice attendance. A normal no-show, which is like the 10%, that we see on WordCamps, which is pretty usual. Very happy to hear about that. The other event you went to was WordCamp Pisa. You just got back this weekend. You gave a presentation there. I saw some pictures on LinkedIn going by that my colleague Carlo Daniele, he was also
Yeah,
there. Saw some familiar faces, of course, and yeah, just tell me, how was the event?
I think the event was great. It was the first time they did the WordCamp Pisa. And in the end, in the closing remarks, a number that uh, stood out was that out of 180 something attendees, 95 was their first time attending a WordPress event, which is like half. And that was it's amazing. It means that region, like in the Tuscany region, really needed a WordPress event, and it was in the university. So I saw a lot of young faces. Um, so I think for them this is great, and for them, for the sponsors, like we mentioned, new faces are important, so that it WordCamp Pisa needed to happen, and I heard them in the end after in the after party, talking about the next one, what they can improve, which is always a sign that for them the event went well and they want to repeat it.
Yes.
And the atmosphere was great. I really like the Italian community. I speak Italian, so it's easier for me to connect with them, and I know a lot of the Italian uh, community. I met Carlo Daniele, your Kinsta partner there. We talked briefly about how great it is for Kinsta to sponsor these events and be a friendly face and be involved in the community, uh, sponsoring like people like me and others. Um, so that was a great chat with Carlo, which he gave a presentation right before mine. Also, very interesting presentation. And my presentation, I also think it went well. It was about like prototyping with AI using the REST API. It will hopefully soon also be in WordPress TV. It's on the WordPress Italy YouTube channel, the full track. I will be sharing on Twitter some more information about the talk. And it was great. I think I made the talk interactive with the people attending, participating. Um, and the feedback at the end was good. It was aimed at beginners. It was really a beginner um, aimed talk, although the title AI prototyping WP REST API might scare some people off, but it was really a beginner's talk. And I really enjoyed the experience. I always like going to Italy. I spend my partner is Italian, so Italy is like my second house, my second home. Um, Overall, it was good. I had some Portuguese friends coming with me, José Freitas and Pedro Fonseca. So it was good having company. And actually, on the contributor day, us three, we did as much translations as the Italian community
Oh, nice.
did. So it was a fun, like, small competition, just three Portuguese against like 10 or more Italian translating
That's
strings.
cool. That's cool.
But it's
You
an
mentioned
healthy
that,
competition.
yeah, these competitions with translations are fun. You mentioned that there were like 95 first newcomers, people that attended a WordCamp for the first time. Did they also join Contributor Day?
From my perception, during Contributor Day, I think the numbers were around 80 people. Um, I don't know. I don't know how many were new, but I know there was a table for I don't know the name of the project, like WordPress Connect or Campus Connect, like that
Campus
they
Connect, yeah.
or and the WordPress Credit something. There's something else going on. So there were some university students exchanging ideas with mentors, like about how universities can work together better with the WordPress community. So for sure there were new people there. On the polyglots table, there were a couple that they were also new for the first time.
Nice.
Polyglots, it's always easy way to participate on Community Day. So there were a few new faces on the polyglots table as well. So, and I think overall they the newcomers felt. I saw some LinkedIn posts saying the newcomer, I attended for the first time. I felt really welcomed in the community. It's amazing. I hope I can attend the next one.
Nice.
So I think, WordPress is a great community, and everyone aims to make WordCamps feel welcome.
Yes.
And I think they did it in Pisa.
Yeah, no, that's nice to hear. It's. I think it's one of the most important things for people that attend a WordCamp or any WordPress related event, is that they feel welcome, that they are welcomed in the community. Not like, hey, you're new and well, have fun, but really, really welcomed, as in, open a chat with people that you see for the first time, and just have a chat, talk to them. What do they do? Why are they here? What do they want to take back home? Are they inspired to do any other stuff? Do they want to
Yeah.
join organizing? It's all those kind of things that make it good for people that join for the first time, and to feel welcome and to be a part of the community. Of course, if they want to be part of the community and do whatever contribution they would like to do. Um, it,
Yeah, you
I
touched some interesting points. And for WordCamp Portugal next year, I will be like the main responsible for the contribution community day. And I want to take just exactly what you said, people need to feel welcome. And we saw sometimes in past contributor days, people would arrive for the first time. They see the tables, they don't know what's going on, and they feel a bit intimidating. And we tried to do that already in the past, and we will improve upon it. Having volunteers, they see someone is new, they go and talk to them. They integrate them into the tables, talk to them to see to learn about their expectations, why they're there. Exactly what you said, and we want to improve and make the community contributor day even more welcoming in
Yeah.
our event in the future.
Yeah, I think, I've been organizing a few WordCamps in the past, and we've seen the contributor days, and it's impossible to chase anyone that you think, hey, I don't know them, let's talk, because there's lots of people out there. But with the volunteer team, as you said, it's very nice to start some interactions with these people that look new or might have a question mark above their head,
Yeah,
like, what is happening here? What can I do? What is a contributor day? Because some people don't even know what it is yet,
yeah, yeah.
because they just enrolled for this event and they're here and they're like, okay, what's happening? And I think the best thing we can do as organizers is to get them involved and get them aware of what a contributor day is like. That they don't have to do anything, but if they are willing to learn, if they're willing to contribute, we should be there to assist them and to onboard them in the best way possible. And I think that's a good introduction for everybody that's new. Well, to keep them in the community, to make them inspired by things they can do for the community, and that whatever they do, if it's polyglots or if it's core contributions or documentation, basically every contribution matters. Not forgetting organizing events as well, because that is also contributing to the WordPress project, and that's also a very important thing to do. So yeah, great to hear. About your presentation, about prototyping with REST API, and using AI. Um, what inspired you to give a talk like that? Is it something you do in your regular work?
It was, I was experimenting with these new tools, like Lovable, Bolt, V0, Replit, all these like prototyping with AI and web app and like quick prototyping tools. And I saw, not trying to see this not as a menace to WordPress, but like, how can WordPress fit in? And I tried experimenting with the REST API, and you can do some fun stuff. And my talk was showing examples of fun stuff you can do uh, using these new tools that they are impressive, but still use WordPress. And I gave like 4 or 5 examples of things you could do. I did some obvious examples, like thinking of the headless website that you can build quickly. I showed out in 5 minutes you can create like a talk selection app for WordCamp, where you can, it fetches the talks from the WordCamp website REST API, and you can select which ones you like. And then in my presentation, I showed examples of like out of the box use cases. Like you can take the information and show it in another way. You will see, I will share on Twitter. I vibe coded with Lovable like an arcade video game where we select one of the WordCamp speakers as our player, or the WordCamp organizers. We select a player, and then we are defending the Italian pizza against the pineapples that come.
Pineapples. Oh yeah, that thing.
And it's a video game, but WordPress is still there. We used WordPress to fetch the players, let's say the heroes of this game. So my presentation was a bit that, trying to inspire and challenge people to do some fun stuff with WordPress in the back, and this new vibe coding tools that are popping up. But WordPress can still stay relevant.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a very good point, because looking on LinkedIn and possibly on other social media as well, sometimes I see messages fly by, as in WordPress, it's a dinosaur. It's not like these modern vibe coding tools or whatever tools you use AI to generate or help you generate a website. WordPress can be part of that, and I think because it is not a dinosaur, because that's a negative thing, but because it has been here for these these big amount of years already, it is a grown up product that can basically be the hub of the data you use for mobile apps, for
Yeah,
websites
exactly.
you generate, or AI tools that use WordPress as an entry of data. It's definitely a tool that can be part of this AI fashionable hyped thing, and it should not be excluded from the
Yeah.
first step. Just consider it.
Yeah, it's true. I agree 100%. I think a lot of people are also familiar with WordPress, uh, and you can bring even old installations of WordPress websites into this new age.
Yeah.
WordPress is modern. It has an API. It has a lot of cool, fun stuff, and it keeps evolving. Like the interactivity API, and now there's some data views and a lot of technical stuff coming. And I think it's still relevant, and it will stay relevant.
Yeah,
So even
absolutely.
the new people should check out WordPress.
Oh yeah, I
It's not a
totally
dinosaur.
agree. Yeah, it's not that WordPress is leaning back and, okay, we've got this product, it works, people are happy, we could do an e-commerce shop, we could do a website we can build basically whatever with WordPress, but it's also part of this new age of new tools that are out there, and WordPress is definitely aligned with everything that is happening in the industry. Of course, with AI, but also with other kinds of tools that you can use in WordPress to make it part of a solution, which could involve a lot of other systems as well. And that is the great thing about WordPress, I think. It's a versatile piece of software, and a versatile community as well. And yeah, happy to see where all the developments are going. And we got WordPress 6.9 coming out, I believe, this month or beginning of next month. Really looking forward to see all the changes that are happening there. Yeah, really great. About community, WordCamp Europe is coming up in Poland next year, Krakow, if I remember correctly. Really looking forward to seeing that happen. It's another big WordCamp in the European region. Plenty of opportunities to meet people and to broaden your network. So I would advise everyone to well, basically check if you can join that. We had some conversations in our previous interviews that you were checking out if you were going to be a volunteer on
Yeah,
that event. Um,
correct.
do you have
I
some news on
I
that end?
I joined. I will be joining the organization team. Um, Meetings have already started. Things are already in motion. I will be part of the volunteers team, which is I've been part of that team in the past. It's a fun team and important because we have to handle a lot of people to volunteer the day of the event, and handle all the selection process, etc. Um, so yeah, I will be part of the team. We've
Nice.
some of the people from the organizing team were also in WordCamp Pisa. We were together. I met some of the Polish local team. They are very energized to do this in their city, in their country. Yeah, the energy is positive. WordCamp Europe will be in Krakow, and people are happy that it's in Poland. I've been in Krakow. It's a really nice city. It's worth
Cool.
the visit. And yeah, WordCamp Portugal and WordCamp Europe will be my main focus for the next few months.
Yeah, I can
And of
imagine.
course, meetups, local meetups, and everything else around it.
Yeah, they keep happening as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Well, nice to hear. I'm going to wish you a lot of fun helping organize this great WordCamp in Poland. I would like to ask you one last question for this interview, and I'm going to make this one up. What is, yeah, asking a last question, I could have prepared that, but we had this conversation now about a lot of community stuff that's happening. What would you, let me think, and I can cut this out if I take too long to think about this. Yeah, I want to ask something about organizing WordCamps. What has being part of organizing, let's keep it general, WordPress events, what has it brought you?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, it brought me so much. You know, started going to meetups a few years ago. You present at a meetup, and then you show up at WordCamps. You make friends. You network with opportunities for partnerships. And being inside as an organizer, I mean, it's not so much, and then it becomes not so much about the networking thing. It's really about helping the community and being with your friends. Because we know we're doing a good thing, we're contributing to the community. I mean, the path that takes you to the being an organizer gives you so much that when you're organizing, it just feels natural. It's not so much for the what you get back; it's about what you can give back. For sure. I mean, we traveled this weekend to Pisa with José Freitas and Pedro Fonseca, which we organized stuff together. Now we're friends. We see also outside WordPress related stuff sometimes, and this is it's great. It's not just about WordPress; it's about our life. Um,
Yeah.
I don't want to romanticize it too much. It's still a lot of work, but it's work that we do with pleasure, and especially if we have a sponsorship, like it's my case, it really does help keep it sustainable. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, it's the answer kind of.
It's your answer, and I really love the answer. It's it's people, the people of the WordPress community, being welcome, being prepared to help each other, uh, to coach each other in doing things, in learning new things, in making you learn more about how to progress as a contributor, whether it's
Yeah.
in code or in documentation or in
And
organization. Yeah, that's just great.
it was
Uh,
fun to see also in Pisa that they were like around 20 organizers, which is a lot. But the WordCamp lead, she was saying, well, everyone from the local meetup wanted to help, wanted to organize. they were eager to do this for the local region, to have a local WordCamp. So everyone that shows up to the meetup, they wanted to help. So there were around 20 organizers, and
Wow.
so that was fun, and it reflects on what I was saying. I think
Yeah,
that everyone
absolutely.
wanted to help.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, really great answer, Carlos. It was a pleasure talking to you again. I want to thank you for your time, for your contributions to WordPress again. Happy to be able to
Thank
sponsor
you.
you from within
Thank you.
Kinsta to support you in doing all these contributions. I just want to wish you a very happy day. Again, thanks for being in this call, and looking
Catch up
forward
soon.
to the next one. Yes, absolutely. Have a great day, Carlos.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.